The silent treatment, a story of growth. The soft chime of her phone broke the stillness of the room. Maya glanced over, her heart racing with hope. But it wasn't the message she had been waiting for. Just a notification about a weather app update. She sighed, tossing the phone onto the couch. It had been 3 days since she'd last heard from Liam. 3 days since their last conversation, which had seemed pleasant enough. Yet, his silence now spoke volumes. She replayed their last texts in her mind, trying to pinpoint where things had gone wrong. Her best friend, Sarah, called it ghosting, but Maya wasn't so sure. She didn't want to assume the worst. Still, the unanswered texts and unreturned calls gnawed at her, leaving her in a state of confusion. Maya had always prided herself on being a good communicator. If there was an issue, she believed in addressing it head-on. So why wasn't Liam doing the same? A cup of clarity. Needing advice, Maya reached out to Sarah. They met at their favorite cafe, the comforting aroma of coffee and fresh pastries filling the air. "So, he's just not responding?" Sarah asked, stirring her latte. "Exactly. No texts, no calls. It's like I don't exist anymore." Sarah frowned. "Well, ignoring someone is a form of communication, you know. It says a lot about where they're at." "What do you mean?" Maya asked, leaning in. "Think about it. People ignore others for all sorts of reasons: fear, avoidance, even manipulation. It might not even be about you. It could be his own issues." Maya sighed. "But it feels personal. It feels like I did something wrong." Sarah shook her head. "That's the thing, though. His silence is more about him than you. But the real question is, what are you going to do about it?" Reflecting on the silence. That evening, Maya sat down with a notebook. Sarah's words echoed in her mind, "His silence is more about him than you." She decided to write down her feelings. How does Liam's behavior make me feel? Hurt, confused, unimportant. What do I want from this relationship? Honesty, respect, mutual effort. Have I communicated my needs? Not really. The act of writing brought a sense of clarity. Maya realized she had been so focused on Liam's actions that she hadn't taken time to understand her own feelings and needs. A conversation with herself. The next day, Maya decided to try something new, a conversation with herself. She looked in the mirror, speaking out loud. "Maya, why are you letting his silence dictate your worth?" she asked herself. "Because I care about him," she replied, her reflection staring back. "But does he care about you?" Actions speak louder than words, and his actions right now are silence. The exercise felt strange but empowering. For the first time, Maya saw the situation for what it was, a lack of mutual respect and communication. The decision. Maya knew she couldn't force Liam to respond. But she could choose how to handle his silence. She picked up her phone and sent one final message. "Hi Liam, I've noticed we haven't been in touch lately. If something's on your mind, I'm here to talk. If not, I wish you all the best." Then, she turned off her phone and went for a walk. The crisp evening air felt liberating. For too long, she had let his silence control her emotions. But now, she was taking her power back. Growth through silence. Days turned into weeks. Maya never heard back from Liam. At first, it stung. But gradually, she began to see the beauty in letting go. She joined a yoga class, started journaling regularly, and even picked up painting, a hobby she hadn't touched in years. Each stroke of color on the canvas felt like a step toward healing. Maya also learned to surround herself with people who valued her presence. She reconnected with old friends, strengthened her bond with Sarah, and even made new acquaintances. One evening, while sipping tea and flipping through a book, Maya realized something profound. Liam's silence had taught her to listen to herself, her needs, and her boundaries. The new Maya. Months later, Maya was a different person. Confident, self-assured, and no longer seeking validation from those who couldn't offer it. When she bumped into Liam at a mutual friend's gathering, she felt no bitterness, only indifference. He approached her, looking a little awkward. "Hey, Maya. It's been a while," he said. "It has," she replied with a calm smile. "I'm sorry for disappearing. I was going through some stuff," he admitted. Maya nodded. "I understand. But communication is key in any relationship." Liam looked down, embarrassed. "You were right. I should have handled things better." "It's okay," Maya said, her voice steady. "I've moved on." And she had. The moral of the story: being ignored can feel like rejection, but it's often a redirection, a chance to refocus on yourself and your own growth. Maya's journey shows that while we can't control others' actions, we can control our response. Silence, though painful, can be a powerful teacher. It forces us to listen to our intuition, our boundaries, and our worth. So the next time someone ignores you, remember Maya's story. Let it remind you that your value isn't tied to anyone else's acknowledgement. You are whole, worthy, and capable of thriving on your own. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with others. Your support helps us keep creating valuable content. Thank you.